want to talk about prophecies. One in particular that the Lord has talked to me about here lately. Flood. The Lord said there's floods coming. I gotta figure out how to do this. Flood's coming. It's not gonna be a flood like it's gonna look worse than it is. It's not gonna be real bad, but it's gonna be flood, and it's more likely gonna be really widespread. This is a part of the last days flooding, so this is a part of the birth pains that the Lord is talking about. Several places in the Bible it talks about birth pains. I'm going to get some of them up here. Birth pains, because the birth pains is the deliverance of God's people from this planet. Matthew 24 verse 8, John 16 verse 21, Revelation 12 and 2. Talk about birth pains way back in the book of Isaiah. I'm not seeing a reference here. Mark 13:8 is another reference. So let's put down Isaiah. Verse 7. And also 26:17. 66:7 and 66:9 and 66:8. And it's also talking about it in Isaiah 20 as well. 26 actually is the first place the Bible talks about the rapture of the church. So let's go over here and let's just read a little bit of this. Hey, I know Southern vernacular, but listen, pray for me. You know what? Pray for me. Rejoice with Jerusalem. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Before her pangs came, she was delivered of a man-child. Who hath heard such a thing? Who has seen such a thing? Shall the earth be made to bring forth in one day? Or shall a nation be born at once? See, this is a prophecy of the rapture. This is talking about before the pains, before the tribulation, before the hard part of tribulation, is what Isaiah is talking about here. And if you think Isaiah did not know about the rapture, listen to this, okay? I'll bring up Isaiah 26:20. Come, my people, hide thyself as it were for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. If that's not the rapture, and just hang on a second, okay? Because I want to read to you exactly what it says here about the rapture, or about these last days. When I give reference to the rapture in the Old Testament, this is the verse that I go to. I'm going to bring it up under Bible Hub, and of course King James. King James. There's people that like me to stick with the King James. Now the reason why I read some of the other translations is because it is a translation. Sometimes it helps us understand a different point of view or the same point of view, and because we can put that together with what our today English says, and we can get a better understanding of what it's talking about. Okay, so don't be afraid to read other translations. Just remember, they are just that. It's a paraphrase of the King James. Come, my people, enter to the chambers, and shut the doors about thee. NIV says, go, my people, enter your rooms and shut the door behind you. Hide yourself for a little while until the wrath is passed by. Shut the door about thee. Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment until the indignation be overpast. Now, let me read what brought that up, okay? In that day shall this song be sung in the land of Judah. We have a strong city. Salvation will God appoint for walls and bulwarks. Let's go on down. We're going to start at like verse 15. So you'll know that this is talking about the rapture of the church, okay? Thou hast increased the nation. O Lord, thou hast increased the nation. Thou art glorified. Thou hast removed it far from all ends of the earth. Lord, in trouble have they visited thee. They poured out a prayer when thy chastising was upon them. Like a woman with child. This is verse 17. Like a woman with child that draweth near the time of her delivery, is in pain, and crieth out her pangs. So have we been in thy sight, O Lord. We have been with child, we have been in pain, we have as it were brought forth wind. We have not wrought any deliverance in the earth, neither have the inhabitants of the world fallen. Now check this out. Okay, he just quoted the beginning of the tribulation. Okay, this is how it's going to be in the beginning of the tribulation. Verse 19. And then he goes into the day of the rapture. Thy dead men shall live, together with my dead body shall they arise. Hear what he said? He's going to be raptured up on rapture day. Here's Isaiah prophesying the raising of his body. He says, awake and sing, ye that dwell in the dust, for the dew is as dew of herbs, and the earth shall cast out the dead. Only one time that is ever going to happen, the rapture of the church. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, shut the doors about thee, hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpast. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. That's a direct reference to Ezekiel 38 and 39. Now, if you'll see, now this, for 15 to 21 here, this is really easy to understand stuff. It's not too hard to put this into a place because of the way that it's written down. But this is what is happening. Amos 3:7. God shall do nothing unless he tells his prophets about it first. He shall do nothing unless he tells his prophets about it first. Meaning, when he starts talking about the birth pains, it's getting really close. Getting really close. All right, God bless you. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time. Across another great message. Across the Middle Ministry.